Well, deja vu is a French term for I've seen this all before, and both sides may have a sense of it today. SD Raiders and Newcastle meeting in the final round of the regular season just last week. Today, they run it back with a spot in the League One Women's Grand Final against South Coast Flame on the line. SD Raiders come into this one as premiers on a 9-game winning run, the league's best attack and best defence, and with the firepower of Tayana Almeida and Aoife Horgan in full effect. They beat today's opponents last week 3-2 and will want a repeat effort today. Newcastle Jets finished the regular season in 4th spot, second best attack in the league, thanks in part to Michaela Clifton and Mackenzie Preston Poole. They also have an incredible away record, just one loss on the road this season. The downside to that one loss was at the hands of today's opponents. 5 goals were scored in each game between these two teams throughout the season, so expect two sides on the front foot this evening. Hello from the home of football in New South Wales, Valentine Sports Park, for our second semi-final of the League One Women's Competition, SD Raiders versus Newcastle Jets. An emphatic opening with both sides 23 players, giving them a guard of honour as they both enter the pitch. They just finished their semi-final 2-0 to SD Raiders, and SD Raiders coming into this one as premiers. We'll be hoping that is a sign of things to come. A look at the two lineups for today, starting with technically the host. We are not playing at Ernie Smith this evening due to the fact that SDSFA have their Grand Finals day currently operating at the venue. For Samir Al Sablani's girls, only one change from their last match against Newcastle Jets. Lane Knight comes into the back line for Brittany Duggan. Natasha Pentecost stays in goals. Left back Sharla Malouf, Lane Knight, and Jessica Neville will be the centre back partners. Alana Topolitis will be the right back. Centre mid duo of Sharina Harris and Madeline Malone. Aoife Horgan, the 10 in front of them, and a front 3 of Abigail Bogue, Diana Almeida, and Sophia Furia. The Newcastle Jets, meanwhile, the changes have been rung in, looking to go further full strength than what they were for their final match of the regular season last week. Ali Butcher in goals, Lilia Ray, Sophie Hoer, Sarah Patmore, and Isabella Walsh are the defenders. Layla Sharp and Neva Crofton in centre mid, Michaela Clifton on the left, Mackenzie Preston Poole on the right, and Lara Turner and Alea Kilroy will be the striker duo. On the bench for both sides, substitute goalkeeper for SD Raiders is Caitlin Britton, who just played in goals in that 23 semi-final I mentioned moments ago. She will be joined on the bench for Sarah Mandil, Brittany Duggan, Erin Fellon, Maya Farrell, Mia Stanmore, and Georgia Alexis. Meanwhile, for Newcastle Jets, Julianne Fox, Ellie Bolton, Sunny Alston, Matilda Fleming, who has been excellent in the back end of this season, picked up from the 15s side at Newcastle Jets. And Charlotte Lowry returns to the matchday squad for the first time since round 17 via the bench, and the substitute goalkeeper is Lily Rose Dunbar, who also featured in that 23 semi-final moments ago. I should add, both sides going through their pre-match formalities, just waiting on Newcastle Jets to have their team photo. SD Raiders are positioned and ready. They will kick off. They will run from right to left on your screen in their all green, aside from the White Sox. Newcastle Jets in their away strip today. The red shirts, the blue shorts, the blue socks, they will run from left to right. And it will actually be Newcastle Jets to get it started. Tayana Almeida just going over to shake referee Lara Hogan's hand, an all-female referee cast today. Lara Hogan joined by Amber Morris and Grace Williams as her assistants. Looks like everything is ready to go. We'll wait for the whistle for the referee. And we are underway for the second semi-final in the Football New South Wales League One Women's Competition. My name's Cody Ojeda, and hopefully we have a thrilling encounter on our hands. Has been a high-scoring affair this season between these two teams, so hopefully goals can be expected. With that added bonus of a grand final spot on the line, it'll be interesting to see if it means either or both sides try to press on the front foot and push to be victorious today, or if they're a little bit more conservative and try to ensure that defeat doesn't come their way. The first attacking chance falls to SD Raiders. It's cut out by Ali Boccia. Preston Poole, my apologies, Layla Sharp pulled up for a handball. It'll be a free kick for SD Raiders. one which Lane Knight will step forward to take. It's floated just over the top of the Newcastle defence, but Butcher able to collect that with ease. No urgency to get the ball up the field. Happy to play short. Can imagine the opening moments of this match will arguably a little bit more conservative. I can picture this one being opened up as we go through. A hard challenge there from Newcastle Preston Poole, sorry. But a legal one in the eyes of Lara Hogan. Walsh trying to find some space on the right-hand side. It runs out following the pass from Layla Sharp. Not an ideal position to give the ball away. Throw-ins quickly for SD Raiders. Almeida showing all she's capable of on the sideline. Maybe not on that occasion. Wonderful player. Diana Almeida is to watch. Knight will shape up for, looks like it's going to be a long throw, and it does find its way into the box. Space on the box for SD Raiders. Shot comes in, it's deflected away. It's the first corner of the evening. Abigail Bogue will be the one to go across and take it. Sablani looking to get a ball over for her, and unfortunately slightly miskicked it. Happy to laugh it off, of course, the SD Raiders coach. It's an outswinger, which Jets are able to deal with, but it forces Jess Neville a little bit deeper. She's happy to have a crack herself. Boccia can collect that. One throw to Preston Poole. Under pressure from Topolaitis. Enough to see run out for a throw, but it'll be a throw for the team in red. Turned over in midfield. Topolaitis. Go back to Neville. Turned over in the middle third. SD Raiders looking to try and burst forward, but it's cut out well by Lilia Ray. Both players in there just losing their footing a little bit. Just able to come away with possession. Go back to the goalkeeper. Butcher. Knight. Walsh taking a run inside. Doesn't have many options ahead of her. Clifton now making the run forward, but it's cut out well by Shayla Malouf. Now a chance for Furia to burst forward. Has space to run into as well. Manages to keep it in. Still Furia. Chance for a cutback, but defended extremely well there by Sophie Howarth. Does make another corner for SD Raiders, but nonetheless a crucial intervention from the Jets centre back. Raiders come again from the right-hand side. Floated to Ufi, looking for Almeida. Drops a little bit earlier than what the Raiders striker would have liked. Cross comes in again, but that one will be easy pickings for Kilroy. Just trying to find their way out of their defensive third now. They'll look to utilise Preston Poole. Tricky winger she is, Preston Poole, and now she's in full flight. Preston Poole, still Preston Poole, finds her way into the box. Cross pass, just can't find the feet of a teammate. It would be a Raiders goal kick, but an early sign of what the Jets right winger is capable of. Short goal kick gets us restarted. Neville finds the feet of Horgan. Still Raiders possession. They'll be forced back towards their own goalkeeper. Try and grab through Harris, sorry. It's turned over high up the pitch for Jets. Maybe an opportunity for a shot. Be one from distance. Deflected away and Jets will need a restart. It's a lovely ball and timing the run may have been good from Preston Poole. Kilroy, the option at the near post. She'll look for Kilroy. Raiders do well to weather the storm. Harris looking for the long ball for Bogue. Walsh will come forward. To Preston Poole, back to Walsh. Patmore. Across to Haworth. Back to Patmore. Awkward one for Patmore to try and collect. Bocce utilised now to centre back. Lovely turn midfield from Turner, trying to find Preston Poole. Cut out well, and Raiders once again able to come forward. Topolitis stopped in her tracks by Walsh. That last touch looked like, well, I thought for a second it might have come off a green shirt, but it's judged to have come off a Jets player, and Lane Knight will come across to the left-hand side to take this throw. Seen already today she can get some distance on them. Should try such again. It's in the box. Defeat of Furia. Furia just struggling to get control of it. Morgan now on the edge of the box. Jets do enough to smother that away from danger. Preston Poole once again. Lovely little nutmeg from Preston Poole, but she can't recollect the ball. Picked up by Horgan. Furia trying to bounce off Bogue. And Jets step up to the task again. Raiders happy to sit high and put pressure on this young Jets side. Very few players in this Jets team over the age of roughly 18, 19. Wonder if experience may have a part to play. Preston Poole forced further into the corner than what she would have liked. 1-on-1 with Topolitis. She gets across away, but just over the head of Lara Turner. And that one will run out for a throw. SD Raiders, meanwhile, they were at the big dance last year, falling 1-0 to Hills United that day. They've come away this season's premiers. And that'll be one thing they would love to correct as well, to be grand final winners as well. A lovely ball from Almeida. Slightly ahead of Bogue, but Raiders win it back in midfield. Through once again for SD Raiders, and that one's cleared away by Walsh for another SD Raiders corner. Shriner Harris to deliver this time. Another outswinger. Tayana Almeida trying to find space away from her marker. It's cleared away by Jets. Neville collects the loose ball. Tonight, long ball forward, looking for Bogue, cut out by Walsh. Tussle in midfield, and Topolaitis can collect. Bogue. It's a little bit handsy there as she got around Isabella Walsh. Lara Hogan will bring that back for a free kick. They choose to go backwards. Lovely play through the middle from Jets, but it's cut out by Jessica Neville. Win it back in the middle third. It's backwards to go forward for the visitors. That's a cheap turnover there for Almeida to try and beat a number of Jets players. Utilise Maloof on the right-hand side. Cross comes in looking for Furia, headed away. On back by Harris. A chance for distance. Off the crossbar. Follow-up made fourth for Almeida. Almeida, second time was asking. And Almeida opens the scoring here at Valentine Sports Park. 1-0 to the Premiers. SD Raiders get us off to a flying start. Diana Almeida, ever charismatic, ever inevitable. That is a 29th league goal for the season in a 25th game. That there tells you all you need to know about the quality that she brings to the SD Raiders side. Jets have us restarted. And Jets find their way back into this one. If they do, it might be through this player here, Preston Poole. Pentecost well off her line. Just a word on that goal from Almeida. I believe it was Aoife Horgan that had the initial shot. And that there was enough of a belter as well. Jets still come forward and they got a free kick for their efforts. Leah Kilroy, the one being fouled. See Ava Crofton standing over this. Started every league game this season for the Jets bar last week. Given a rest as Jets look to rotate some players. Straight back into the lineup though for the semi-final. Crofton fails to hit the target and Pentecost can watch that sail over her net. Raiders look to play out from the back once again. Mustard in midfield, but Harris sends it further upfield for her side. Turned over again. Jets' turn to come forward. Walsh just loses her footing there. That's a lovely ball from Horgan looking for Furia. Watch her well positioned. To Walsh now for the Jets. Almeida does well to cover the space. Jets will be forced backwards again. Probably going to be the key frustration for the technical staff of Newcastle Jets. Just a struggle to play out from the back on occasion. They have found some success playing through their wingers. It's a member of their front line, Laura Turner, wins a free kick. for her side, roughly on the edge of their defensive third. Same story again for the Jets. Able to move the ball around the back well, but struggling to find their midfield line. Go long in search of trying to get the ball forward. Kilroy unable to maintain possession, and that press works well for Raiders because they're able to win the ball back and burst forward immediately. Horgan. That one's cut out well by Haworth. Turner, who's happy to drop deep, almost as an extra midfielder for Jets. Free kick called there in the favour of SD Raiders. In fact, it does really only look like a 4-4-2 in their defensive phase for the Jets. And they do get the ball. Lara Turner drops in as an extra midfielder and allows their wingers to push up high. It's a shot from distance. Wow! That is brilliant! SD Raiders double their lead in emphatic fashion. Free kick was headed away initially by Aoife Horgan. Ever so dangerous from many positions across the park. That was a brilliant effort. The night gets better and better for SD Raiders. And Jets, who came here maybe hoping for an upset victory to get themselves into the big dance next week. That challenge is just made a little bit harder. SD Raiders not putting their foot off the pedal, trying to win the ball high up the field. It's Jets defence under immense pressure. They're forced long. SD Raiders won't maintain possession immediately. In fact, Jets have managed to keep it. There's a chance for them to burst forward now through Preston Poole. Topolaitis wins that battle. Pogue. Long ball from Harris looking for Almeida. Trying to get a bit of spin on it to curl it in the path of a striker, but didn't quite come in time. Harris will give away the foul there for a Jets free kick. Kilroy skips past Neville. Doesn't have much by the way of short options. Now she does. To Turner. Turner trying to find her way through this SD Raiders defence, but they stand tall. Neville will clear. Almeida will try and bring this down. She does. Heads her forward. It's a big challenge there from Haworth. Left the SD Raiders striker a little bit worse for wear. Almeida hasn't gotten to her feet yet. The staff hasn't been called over either. I think it was just a heavy knock. She's back on her feet now. She'll be able to shake that one off. All smiles on the bench of SD Raiders as well, despite a bit of concern for their striker and arguably the star player of this side. Whether that may be in part due to the scoreline as well, of course. 2-0 up. Just over 20 minutes played here at Valentine Sports Park. Jets gather possession after a bit of back and forth between the two sides. Ball forward is cut out by Neville. Knight. Looking for Bogue, cut out well by Walsh. Preston Poole skips past Topolaitis to Kilroy. Plays Walsh in behind. Cross comes in, but Pentecost well positioned to collect that. Nodded forward by Fourier. Almeida. What can she create? Plays Fourier in behind. Fourier under pressure from Ray there. That's enough for the State Raiders to have another corner. Almeida once again trying to shake her marker. It looks like Ava Crofton, one trying to stick to her. Delivery comes in, it's a bit more driven this time. And a fall for Harris. Just can't keep a shot down on this occasion. Jess wastes no time getting restarted. Do play short though, and allows Raiders once again to push high up the pitch. Almeida trying to time the press, gets us off between the two centre backs. This may force Jets to go long. They do, and ultimately it's a pass to no one. Kilroy making a run towards the ball rather than away from it. Bit of miscommunication. Lovely little touch there from Sharina Harris. Almeida trying to run back as well, is able to bring it down, but Jets force a turnover, and it's Walsh coming forward this time on the right hand side. Preston Poole runs ahead, shoots a square ball, but defended well by Raiders. Almost got an insight into the footwork there of Tayana Almeida. Morgan. Bogue. Able to skip past a clip there from Walsh. The Raiders have a throw. Almeida forced away by Patmore. Just send it forward along the floor. It's easy pickings there for SD Raiders. Can't take advantage of it though. Knight trying to stand her ground against Kilroy. Just to come away with the ball, and on that occasion Turner's double teamed and SD Raiders turn the ball over in midfield. Backwards to Neville. Long ball in search of Almeida. That one's a simple one to cut out. Bogue now for SD Raiders. Cuts inside. The reverse pass is a lovely reverse pass. Morgan in the box. And Patmore to the rescue. Says enough about the attacking firepower for SD Raiders. 3 players across the side this season with 10 plus goals. That corner is able to be claimed by Butcher. She'll drop for a back line. Ray bursts forward under pressure from Fourier. Patmore. Looking for Clifton, who's moved centrally. It's a free kick one in midfield. Preston pull. Forced backwards. Trying to get herself around top of Lidas, but the Raiders left back forces a throw. Search for Almeida. Double mark though, and may open up space elsewhere for SD Raiders. Bogue. Preston Poole will knock that out for another SD Raiders throw. Knight once again with a long throw. Bit over Almeida. Looks like it's going to fall better for Furia, but that skips past and Watcher can collect. Preston Poole once again for Jets. Looking for the forward ball to Kilroy. That one is an easy one. For Neville to collect. Nice press there for Jets. Forced Pentecost long. SD Raiders do well to work their way out of danger. It was a lovely bit of play there from SD Raiders. Bogue, and not the ideal pass forward for Almeida. Bocher clears. Headed backwards. Tests the composure of Neville. Does well under pressure, but Kilroy picks up the loose ball. Raiders reposition themselves and Jets are forced backwards. They'll go long, looking for Preston Poole. Topolaitis well positioned to cover the loose ball, but forced to clear it for a throw. Walsh will push high to take. Hint of handball there from Jets. Waved away. That last touch came off a Jets player, and Raiders can buy some seconds with the throw. I believe Lane Knight has come across to take this one too. No doubt to try and clear it away from their defensive third. It's a lovely long throw again. And Almeida under pressure from Sarah Patmore. Earns a side of free kick. Plenty of meters bought for SD Raiders. Raiders happy to wait for Almeida to tie her shoelaces, and I'm sure they'll be waiting for her to get into an ideal position as well. Knight sends the ball forward. Headed away. Only for a throw. The way Knight's been taking these today, that may as well be another set piece opportunity. Once again, in the box from the Knight throw, but doesn't fall kindly for a Raiders attacker. Butcher screaming at her side to urge them forward. This game has fallen into a bit of a lull since Horgan doubled Raiders' lead. Of course, Raiders now have something to protect. It hasn't stopped them from pushing on the front foot, but probably haven't seen that same urgency. Of course, not necessarily required from Raiders now, but even Jets are struggling to find their way forward. Morgan does well to rescue the short ball from Pentecost. Malouf sends the ball forward. Harris now in midfield. Almeida with a back to goal. Plays Fourier in behind. Forced into a corner, Fourier is. Does get the cross away, but falls to the Jets back line, and they'll release through Preston Poole. Cut out by Topolaitis. Preston Poole again. May need to go backwards. She will. Howarth. Skips forward. Still Howarth. Now Ray. Crofton. Walsh. Preston Poole sitting high on the right flank. Does mean there's very few short options for Jets, and that may prove costly now. Almeida does well to hold up the ball. Needs support though. Bogue. She'll try luck from distance. That one's much simpler for Bocce to collect. Jets can't hold possession in midfield. Raiders come forward again. Bogue. Trying to get herself around Walsh. Almost a bit of miscommunication there at the Jets back line, but they do enough to rescue, and Preston Poole looking to urge her side forward. Kilroy. Lovely roll from Kilroy, and Preston Poole skips past one. Not past Neville though. Asserts herself on that situation, Jessica Neville. Whistle from referee to hold up play. Crofton need to come over to the sideline temporarily. I'm not 100% sure what for. It means Jets momentarily will be down to 10. Hopefully that's not for long for the visitors. Walsh. Turner sends the ball forward, but ultimately to no one. Crofton looks like she needed her knee strapped up, potentially a bit of blood coming there. Seems to be the logical explanation. So back to the full roster of players out there. Run not timed ideally by Michaela Clifton. She'll be pulled up for offside. Stephen Hoyle, main man on the bench as well for Jets side today. Of course, A-League women's coach at the club also. Shows the link between the juniors and the first team is a very healthy spot at the moment. I do believe there will be a few of these players out here today for the Jets signing A-League contracts as well. No word on who they'll be in particular, but based on performances across the side this season, imagine Kenzie Preston Poole would be one of them. Potentially Michaela Clifton as well. Top goal scorer for Jets this season. The women's season starting on October 16, so you can imagine announcements in regards to those scholarship signings will be coming very quickly. Meanwhile, as their Raiders come forward again. Furia stopped in her tracks by Lilia Ray. Another throw in for SD Raiders, roughly 10 metres further forward. Shaping up for another long throw again. Looking for Mather. It's cut out. Another throw in succession for SD Raiders. Into the corner again, and back clearance from Ray means another corner for SD Raiders. Sixth corner of the evening so far. Meanwhile, Jets haven't really had a clear-cut chance to say so far. There's been flashes of brilliance down the right-hand side, but nothing to really worry the Raiders backline again. Their second corner in succession for the hosts today. This one maybe delivered short. It is. That's back. Now it's delivered in, looking for Mather. Jets clear the initial chance, but Furia trying to push her side forward again. Unable to do so on this occasion, but throw for SD Raiders, and Jets are having a hard time trying to get the ball out of their defensive third. One high by Raiders. Ball forward in search of Hogue, cut out. Sharp. And it looks like we'll have a break in play for potentially Raiders player getting some treatment. Does look like it's a head injury. She's back on her feet now. Harris there that just got back to her feet. Long ball looking for Preston Poole, cut out by Topolitis. Before Preston Poole can offer a side, Topolitis has done very well to keep her quiet this evening so far. Still plenty of football to be played though. Stephen Hoyle and his staff do have a big team talk coming up. It's a poor pass across the back. The Jets may have an opportunity to come forward here. Forced into a corner. Raiders do well to rescue their position. Now they rescue possession as well. Almeida under pressure and wins inside a free kick. Hard and mouth stuff there from Lane Knight. Fellow defenders do well to force Jets wide and then win the ball back with relative ease. Topolitis. Under pressure from Preston Poole. Will be a Raiders throw. Back to Knight. Neville. As Furia coming deep to receive the ball at her feet. Can't get the nod onto Almeida, however, and Jets now have still a possession of their own. Switch of play looking for Preston Poole. It may fall nicely for the Jets winger. Topolitis once again doing well, and last touch has come off Topolitis, much to her frustration. Just get their first corner of the evening. Raiders that quickly to cut at the short option. Drops to the near post. Neville clears. Furia using her body to usher that away from pressure. Bit of frustrations from the Raiders bench. They didn't get a foul for that. Bit of shoulder action off the ball. Looks like it was Mr. Poole that was the perpetrator, but Lara Hogan happy to wave play on. Morgan stands strong in that occasion, and the side has a throw because of it. Neville. Tonight. Neville again. Looking for Furia. Cut out by Rayford Jets. Only momentarily. Ball comes forward again for Raiders, and Furia may be able to apply some pressure. She does so. Furia coming forward for SD Raiders. The cutback looking for Almeida. It's an awkward one. Falls nicely for Harris. Raiders forced backwards again. Malone. Malone loses possession, and it's a poor clearance from Jets. Heavy touch from Bogue. And his Walsh can clear, and a little bit of afters between fullback and winger. Knight. Pass forward from Malone. Couldn't quite find the feet of Bogue. In fact, Bogue will be pulled up for an offside anyway. Happy to take their time with the restart, Jets. Only have roughly a minute and a half left of the first stanza of the semi-final. One ball looking for the feet of Kilroy. There's enough pressure applied on her from Knight to win a free kick, which Malone will do her best to try and delay. Jets go short regardless. Trying to play through Crofton. Does find Ray eventually. Jets falls backwards again. Long ball comes now. I believe the target was Preston Poole, but angle was all wrong there. Neville. Looking for a bounce pass, the poor one, and means Crofton can burst forward. Kilroy. And Neville doing well to clear the danger. Mentioned the lack of clear-cut opportunities for Newcastle Jets this evening, and while Hoyle may not be pleased with the effort he's seen, well, maybe not the effort, but the play that he's seen from his side today, a big part of the reason why they haven't been able to create much is how well Jessica Neville has played so far this evening. Don't see it very often in modern football, team sitting with a sweeper, but Raiders have opted to do so, and Neville does that role well. Almeida. Ball forward from Hogue. Forces her left winger a bit wider than what she would have liked. Walsh does well to clear that up for a throw under pressure from Hogue. A little bit frustrated as well that she didn't get what she saw as a clear foul. Definitely has been a physical affair this evening. Horgan to Almeida. Almeida's offside on this occasion. Kilroy. The pressure from Knight. Couldn't get the touch on it that she would have liked. Back at the feet of Jessica Neville. Long ball forward cut out by Walsh. Crofton. Backwards to Patmore. Patmore looks long for Preston Poole. Topolitis once again able to cut that one out. Kilroy. trying to turn Malone, and Malone will give away a foul. Almeida will make sure that can't be taken too quickly. The resulting free kick hit was the halfway point between Preston Poole and Kilroy. Only found a green shirt in Topolitis. Lovely turn there from Patmore. Jets do well to work their way into space, but that ball forward was an easy one for Knight to cut out. Knight's ball forward, can't find a teammate as well. And that, after 2 minutes of injury time, will be that for the first half here at Valentine Sports Park. SD Raiders 2-0 to the good over Newcastle Jets, thanks to Tayana Almeida and a brilliant strike from Eva Horgan. And we'll be back for the second half after this short break.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffletix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Welcome back to Valentine Sports Park for our Football New South Wales League One Women's semi-final, the second semi-final after South Coast Flame booked their spot in the big dance for next week last night in their 2-1 victory over Marconi Stallions. If you're just joining us, SD Raiders currently in cruise control, up 2-0 thanks to goals from Diana Almeida and Aoife Horgan. And in case you are just joining us, it is SD Raiders in the all-green strip. They'll be running from left to right this half. Newcastle Jets in their away kit, red shirt, blue shorts. They'll run from right to left, and we are underway for the second half here at Valentine Sports Park for the semi-final in the Football New South Wales League One Women's competition. My name's Cody Ojeda. Hopefully you're having a lovely Sunday evening. It's been quite an entertaining first half here so far, and hopefully that continues. No changes for either side reported so far. As Preston Pool looks to try and create something for the visitors, they look to work their way back into this semi-final clash. A couple of players losing their bearings in midfield. Jets coming away with possession, trying to force their way forward. The Raiders step up well to the task. Horgan pushing forward. A lovely ball from Horgan. Finds the feet of Bogue. The flag on the near side will go up eventually. Looked like the run was timed perfectly for a second. Diana Almeida had drifted off into an offside position herself. Bochia will have us restarted. Now chance for Jets to get in behind here. Clifton. Just wide. In fact, he took a touch off Pentecost to tip it away. It almost looks destined to find the back of the net. The Jets have started this half brightly. They need to if they want to get themselves back into this. I'll waste no time with the set piece opportunity as well. Plenty of players forward for the visitors. Floated delivery over Pentecost. Able to tip it away. Jets gather possession on the edge of the box. Trying to find their way forward. The cross is forced. It can be cleared. Only as far as Crofton. Gets Clifton in behind. Cross comes in, but it's an awkward one to get the right angle to get that back into the danger area. SD Raiders can breathe a little bit easier, get the ball well away from danger from this goal kick. Picked up again by Jets. Howarth to Patmore. Jets able to find a little bit more space in midfield now. Sharp tripped to win aside a free kick. Malouf cuts out the resulting pass, and Raiders will look to get forward themselves. Furia. Cut up by Howarth. I believe the last touch did come off Shayla Malouf. Jets can get themselves a throw. They spent a lot of time trying to go down the right-hand side. Jets in the first half. Come to no avail, but seem to be finding a little bit of success on the left-hand side now. Almeida. Siders pass to Horgan. Cut out by Jets, but Topolaitis is first to a loose ball. Walsh can't clear. Last touch comes off Hogue, and it'll be a Jets throw. Restarted quickly by the Jets. Within a matter of seconds, they've worked the ball over to their left-hand side. Nodded forward by Kilroy. Jessica Neville on hand to make sure that one can be seen out. Maybe a big half for the SD Raiders captain too. Did well to shut the Jets attack down in the first half, but I can imagine this SD Raiders backline is going to face some heavy pressure. And it's coming here. Cross comes in, but Pentecost once again able to smother that. Clifton proving a source of good for Jets so far in this half. Ball nodded forward for Crofton. Kilroy. Can't get past Neville. And Horgan able to win the ball in midfield. Releases Furia. That's a brilliant and well-timed challenge there from Sophie Haworth. I believe it will result in a corner. She came flying in there. A mistimed tackle would definitely have seen that result in a free kick and maybe a little bit more. In fact, the last touch did come off Sophia Furia after that. That's the kind of challenge that may raise the tempo for a side as well. Definitely seeing a different Jets side in this second half. Still plenty of talent that they can call off from the bench as well. Tilda Fleming, Sonny Alston. Two of the options, as well as Charlotte Lowry, who's the usual starter before her knee injury earlier in the year. Raiders may be happy to sit off a little bit more in the second half as well. Of course, they're the ones with the lead to protect. Definitely saw about full throttle in the first half, but maybe a bit of time for patience now. Hogue. Able to cut his side. Hogue. Can't keep a shot down. Goal kick for Jets. I'm not sure if that took a touch off Butcher for a second. She did well to cover the angle. She's racing to get this restarted too. Jets having a little bit more success playing out through the middle in this half also. Very long this time. Not collected in midfield. But Malufkin collected in the back line. Knight to Harris. Topolaitis now. Topolaitis has space to burst forward. Hogue angles the run well and unfortunately doesn't time it well enough. Flagged offside once again. Seems to be a calculated effort for Jets now, trying to target the Raiders' right-hand side. Pass forward on this occasion was a poor one. That interception wasn't from Haworth. Awkward one for Preston Poole. Raiders able to get a touch forward, but collected by Butcher. That's a long kick forward now, which Raiders are unable to deal with. Clifton has found herself in behind, but the flag has gone up. Kayla Clifton unfortunate on that occasion. The run just slightly mistimed. Raiders were racing back, trying to cope with that situation. Pentecost even forced off her line. In the end, it's to no avail. Mentioned earlier, SD Raiders did finish the regular season with the best defensive record in the competition. It's definitely going to take some breaking down for the hosts. Now it's the Jets' turn to try and press high, but Raiders may be able to take advantage of it. Hogue has a run time well on this occasion. Finds her way into the box, but defended well by Walsh. It'll be another SD Raiders corner. 8th for the evening, 1st for the half. in-swinger this time for the Raiders. Over the top of Boche, she's unable to collect. It's found its way just to the side of the net. And it looks like it may actually be a penalty for SD Raiders. Almeida, a judge to have been forced to the floor. Jets tonight may just go from bad to worse. Bocha trying to put on the mind games. Almeida, she can convert this. Her tally for the season will be 30 for the league. Mind you, in all competition, she's already hit that mark. Has one goal in this in the Sapphire Cup, this season. It's going to take a mammoth effort for Boche to try and put Brazilian star off. Almeida to make it 3 for SD Raiders. Steps up and it's saved by Boche. And that could be massive for the Newcastle Jets. I have to say it wasn't the best placed penalty, but nonetheless, Boche guessed the correct way. Strong palms from the Newcastle goalkeeper. And that may also be the boost that Jets need to find their way back into this. Corner again for Raiders. Job's not finished yet for the Jets. Floated once again over the top of Boche. She punches away. The Jets can work their way out of trouble. Plenty of players bursting forward, trying to spur themselves forward with the confidence boost they've just gotten. Bit overzealous there from Captain David Crofton. The Raiders will just want to take a bit of the sting out of this one too. They're not going to do it by that. Kilroy with the chance to go forward. Trying to find a way through several green shirts. Unable to do so. Long ball ultimately ends up at the feet of Boche, who will be riding a wave of confidence right now. Almeida pulled up offside. Took a return ball coming from the Raiders backline. Back in play quickly. Almeida coming forward once again. Bogue finds the feet of Furia. Off the post, off the other post. And Jets can't clear. Heart and mouth stuff for the Jets. Raiders pushing that missed penalty behind them very, very quickly. Another set piece opportunity for the hosts. Floated once again. It looked like it was going to go over the top of Boche again, but does drop to the near post. Preston Poole picks up the clearance. Trying to find her way around Horgan. And we'll see our first substitution of the evening. Our second as well. So Charlotte Lowry will come into play. It'll be a triple sub actually. Charlotte Lowry, Matilda Fleming, and Julianne Fox all being prepared for the Newcastle Jets. Wait for confirmation for who it is exactly that's made way. we hit the 60th minute mark here at Valentine Sports Park. Stephen Hoyle has decided to go to his bench. Jets working their way forward. The interception's missed. And Ray now has space to burst forward. A lunging challenge there from Furia. Well timed. Jets have a throw coming forward. Fleming with her first touches of the evening. And almost immediately, Raiders are going to their bench. Brittany Duggan will be the one to come in. And it looks like it's Shayla Malouf that will make way. Fleming, her first play of the evening, be to throw the ball back in. Fox is involved on the right-hand side. Chance for Preston Poole to come forward. The cross comes in, headed away by Neville. Danger's not cleared. And the acrobatic attempt from Kilroy, unfortunately, couldn't find a connection. Pentecost will be grateful for that one. It's able to be gathered. Furia to the feet of Horgan. Horgan now with space to burst forward. She doesn't mind a shot from distance. But Fox does well. Shut down the danger. Preston Poole. There's Kilroy in behind. Making a run off her as well. Loses the footing a little bit there, Kilroy. Looks like Layla Sharple and Isabella Walsh are two of the players that make way as around the keeper, and it's one back for the Jets. Mackenzie Preston Poole halves the deficit and breathes new life into this Jets side. Roger coming up for the celebrations as well shows exactly what this means for the club. And that triple substitution may be proving dividends, just to provide a boost at least for this Jets side. Work to do now for SD Raiders. The last thing they need is momentum swinging the way of this Jets side. Like the last player that's come off as well. It's been Sophie Howarth. Almeida. Jets managed to force the ball away from the Brazilian star. And have an opportunity to burst forward once again. Preston Poole. Preston Poole saved well by Pentecost. It'll be a corner for the Newcastle Jets. They are definitely riding momentum now. Delivery comes in from the right-hand side. It's over the top of the goalkeeper. It bounces awkwardly, but no one in chase of Jets. Raiders can clear. Bit of a tug there from Julianne Fox on Bogue. Nothing untoward though, says the referee. Ball forward isn't able to find a red shirt, and Raiders can buy precious seconds. That's a cheap one to give over. Pulled up for a foul throw. How often do you say that nowadays? Jets managed to get the ball in, win their side of corner 2. In swinger for the Jets. Floated over the top of Pentecost, but it's been dropped. Chaos in the box, and somehow SD Raiders managed to work that away. Players spread across the floor for the hosts as well. A couple of players that will need treatment too, Pentecost being one of them. In fact, it looked like that last touch actually did come off a Jets player. It'll be a goal kick for SD Raiders when we do restart. With that triple substitution as well for the Jets, it is a bit of a reshuffled back line. 2 direct replacements there. Wonder what the thinking of that is for Hoyle. Potentially some more possession savvy players to assert their dominance on this game. Matilda Fleming, for someone who's all of 15 years of age, does provide a level of composure in midfield beyond her years as well. Maybe a bit unlucky not to start, Matilda Fleming is. Has played well since being introduced to the first team here, or at least the first grade League One team. Plucked out of the under 15s, under 16 squads. Managed to skip a couple age groups. Straight into the senior League One squad. Restarted with a goal kick. Looking for Almeida. Crofton wins it before Almeida's able to bring it down. A lovely turn for Kilroy, and she's able to play Clifton in behind, but the flag will go up. She did look like she had made that run a little bit too early, but take nothing away from the way Kilroy was able to set that opportunity up as well. Nervous moments for SD Raiders here. Mentioned earlier, it's been 9 wins in a row for SD Raiders. 10 undefeated as well. Last defeat coming to Marconi Stallions. That one being in round 16. The last thing they need is for that streak to be broken on a stage like this. Haworth. My apologies, I might have got my centre backs mixed up. It was Pat Moore that came off earlier. Good play there from SD Raiders in the corner, and they'll win their side of throw. Furia dropping back to do some defensive work. And we'll get substitutions from both sides once again. Sarah Mendil coming on for SD Raiders. Just meanwhile, it'll be Ellie Bolton to come in. Sophia Furia. Her night is finished. As is, I believe, Michaela Clifton. That confirmation, Michaela Clifton's the one that's come off for Jets. Fleming under pressure from Almeida. Jets have the ball again. Crofton trying to win the ball in midfield. Fleming can, but loses her footing, and SD Raiders have a spell of possession. Bolton trying to work her way in behind. Bolton still. Pentecost does well to claim that. Just a confirmation and maybe a clarification of who's come off for Jets so far. So Sarah Patmore, Isabella Walsh, Layla Sharp, and Lara Turner it was. That has all come off. And this time challenge there from Sophie Howarth. It's a decision being made for Lara Hogan. It is just a yellow card. This time challenge on that occasion. It definitely could have been an argument for something more potentially. Just a yellow this time. Jets will count their lucky stars that they're not reduced to 10 at the moment. But for SD Raiders, this is a dangerous set piece opportunity. Horgan over the ball. The potential she has from distance, you would almost back her to go herself from here. Horgan, she does go herself, but Bocher able to collect that with ease. Waiting for options. Go centrally through Crofton. Fleming now with space to turn. Diagonal ball looking for Preston Poole. I think that one will be a simple one for Pentecost to collect. Preston Poole cutting out the long ball forward, which means SD Raiders do get a throw. That earlier goal for Preston Poole as well. And she scored 5 games in a row. Chance for Mandil to get in behind. Cross looking for Almeida. It's an awkward one. It may sit up for Almeida. Bocher doing well to claim that. Jets move themselves forward quickly. Bolton. Bolton gets past Dugan. Gets across away, but no one at the back post in red. Clearance forward cut out means another throw in for SD Raiders as well, and a third substitution as well. Erin Felon will come in. Madeline Malone just made way for her. Straight swap in midfield. Raiders able to release Almeida. Big test here for the Jets back line now. Almeida looking for the cross. It's defended well by Lowry. Cleared away by Bocher. It's kept in by Preston Poole. Under pressure, Jets able to maintain possession. Kilroy. Tough challenge there from Neville, but Jets are able to get themselves forward, but once again, flag for offside. That one looks maybe a little bit tighter than the previous ones, but linesman on the far side definitely has a better view than what I do up here. definitely trust their judgment on that. In fact, looking at the replay, I'm not 100% sure she mistimed her run there, but the last call has been made and we are back underway. That one will go. Linesman initially flagged in favour of Jets. Referee overruled. Wasted opportunity for SD Raiders in the end anyway. Bodger's clearance collected by Raiders initially. Sent forward again. Lowry. It's an awkward one to control, but she does so well. Raiders force a turnover in midfield. Fleming wins it back for Jets. Gets past Bogue and gets a foul as well for her efforts. Crofton. Jets still being forced backwards. Fleming. And we get a pass into space now. Fox does well to weather the danger, but there's a misplaced pass in the direction of Fleming. And Horgan manages to find a way into space here. An opportunity now for SD Raiders once again. Horgan. Deflected away for another SD Raiders corner. Just under 15 minutes to go here. One goal in it. Can SD Raiders hold on potentially get themselves even further ahead, or will Jets complete the comeback that they're searching for? I do say 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline in football. The way Raiders are playing in the first half, they definitely look comfortable, but Jets have come out inspired in the second half. A penalty saved from Bodger on Almeida. Preston Poole halving the deficit. Now SD Raiders are slowly working their way back into this game. It's an awkward delivery, not exactly where I'm sure they wanted it to be. The Jets may be able to clear this with a bit of ease. One ball forward for Bolton. It bounces nicely. And Bolton brought down, and it will be a free kick. Chance for Jets to get some numbers forward after that corner. Clifton standing over this, urging players to push forward. Clifton delivers. Raiders win the first ball. Haven't quite cleared it yet though. Fallon trying to do so. Ultimately it's out for a throw, and Jets are still high up the pitch. Cross comes in, deflected away. Bounces kindly for SD Raiders. And that clearance takes the deflection off Kilroy. The Raiders have a moment of peace. Duggan to Almeida. Trying to skip through Almeida, and she manages to do so without even touching the ball, but can't get herself around Neva Crofton. The Raiders have done well to work their way up the pitch now, though. I'll take their time with the restart. Raiders win the first ball and gather possession in the second. Fox goes back to Boche. Howarth. Such a play looking for Clifton. Cut out initially by SD Raiders. Neville make sure the danger is well away from her defensive third. Botcher happy to pick this up. She'll send it back the other way. I think we may need to change of ball. Looks like that one was too flat. Jets players on the far side make sure one's brought in quickly. Lara Hogan is happy. And we can restart. Long ball forward, but no one high for Jets currently. Ball forward takes a touch off an arm. It'll be a free kick for SD Raiders. Headed away by the Jets. Fleming nods on. Preston Poole trying to get on the loose ball. Raiders can collect. Harris. Looked like she lost her bearings for a second, but did well to maintain possession. Long ball forward from Knight. It's cut out. Jets look for the sideways pass to Bolton. Dugan unable to find the pass going forward, and Jets still working to make sure that the ball is in play as much as possible. Kilroy wins a foul for a side. A couple of G's coming from the SD Raiders faithful as well in disagreements. Switch of play is not ideal. Julianne Fox on the right hand side, and considering the situation Jets are in, they cannot afford mistakes and cheap turnovers like that. Approaching the 83rd minute of the semi-final clash between SD Raiders and Newcastle Jets for a spot in the Football New South Wales League One Women's Grand Final. South Coast Flame booked their ticket yesterday with a 2-1 victory over Marconi Stallions. We're currently 2-1 in favour of SD Raiders here. It's not for the want of trying though from Newcastle Jets. Bounce pass for the Jets. Sees themselves be able to push forward. Ray doing well to get involved a little bit more centrally as well. Raiders do rescue, and Neville once again clears the danger. Fleming. Very little short options, but has Preston Poole to play in behind. See the pace coming in again for Preston Poole. The cutback, it's going to fall nicely, and it's going to go in the back of the net. Play came from Preston Poole. The finish, I believe, came from Michaela Clifton, who's moved centrally since their last lot of substitutions. And we are all square here at Valentine Sports Park. Well, who would have thought we'd see this situation at half-time? Michaela Clifton brings us all square once again. The assist coming from Mackenzie Preston Poole. That link-up has been crucial. It needed to be crucial. And for Newcastle Jets, they'll be hoping it pays dividends again. It's anyone's game now, but it is Jets with the momentum. How will Raiders respond? Atmosphere building here at Valentine Sports Park as well. Jets fans coming out in full voice. Almeida trying to rescue this game for her side. Should be noted as well that it was Almeida that scored the winner last time these two sides met, which was only last week in a 3-2 win. In fact, Almeida scored a hat-trick that day. I wasn't sure if this game would peter out into a bit of a lull as Raiders simply try to hold the scoreline. They haven't been able to do so. Jets have been on fire throughout this second half, particularly after that penalty save. In fact, even right from kickoff, they showed their intent. A lot of questions have been asked of SD Raiders. Now Raiders will need to ask some questions of their own. Preston Poole looking to put on the afterburners once again. The pace coming in a full flight here. How quick is she? Preston Poole wants to get in the box, looking for the cutback. Raiders clear this time. Jets trying to get us restarted quickly. So play it down for SD Raiders in the meantime. Believe that maybe Toppolitis. Did. Sorry, it was Lane Knight, but Toppolitis has, for the effort that she was able to produce to shut down Preston Poole in the first half. Preston Poole is starting to come on top in that battle on Jets' right-hand side. Goal kick now for SD Raiders. Four minutes of regulation time to go. Jets push themselves forward. Cross comes in, headed away by Neville. Cleared away again by Harris. And Horgan is the one that can clear the danger. Looking to try and find Mandela in behind, but Bochier is well positioned, as she needed to be. It's a long clearance. Either side really able to gain possession in the middle third. Neville clears it forward. Lowry, the one to bring a sense of calm into that phase of play. Bochier, nice touch from Kilroy. Played off for Ray. To Kilroy. Long ball forward now, looking for Bolton. And that call will be pulled up before the linesman could bring their flag up. Did look like it was slightly offside. Not too much in it, but enough to warrant the call. Neville goes long. Almeida now. Bogue in space. Bogue able to collect, hasn't gone out. Under pressure from Fox. Not too many short options available to her. And Fox, happy to see that go out for a goal kick. The Jets now can take a little bit of time with these. Have worked their way back into this. Can they get themselves ahead? That's the next question. Neville is judging the bounce on that one. Long ball forward looking for Kilroy. It's Lane Knight's turn to sweep in behind. That'll clear for a throw. Bolton will take it quickly to Ray. Jets unable to get the ball on the floor. Raiders clear to Almeida. The Raiders will be looking for a bit of Almeida magic to secure victory this evening. Preston Poole. Preston Poole. Cross comes in. Cut out initially. Almeida doing some defensive work now. Happy to use her body against Preston Poole, and does enough to set that up for a goal kick. Both sides have been a little bit conservative since the second goal as well. Doing their best not to give an inch. And lose this one at the death. If it continues like this, it does mean we will get extra time as well. .45 seconds of regulation time to go. Jets looking to burst their way forward. Bolton. Clifton running ahead of her. Neville once again sweeping in behind. Bolton. Not sure if Clifton was onside there, and the call does come from the linesman and the referee. Bit of disagreements across the Jets faithful here this evening. Don't think there can be too many arguments about that one though. There's been a couple tie calls this afternoon. That one, a little bit more clear cut. We are in injury time at the discretion of referee Lara Hogan. There's been a few stoppages throughout the half. Jets still have Sonny Alston that can come into play here as well. The Raiders have used all three of their substitute windows. So they will need to wait till injury time if they want to go to the bench again. Free kick now for SD Raiders. A chance to send the ball forward and maybe create a bit of chaos to find a winner. Cut out by Fox. Bogan chase. Picked up in midfield by SD Raiders, but I think Jets are going to be able to clear this one. Colton. Cut out in midfield. Harris now on the ball for Raiders. Almeida turns, fouled by Harold, who does need to be careful as the game goes on here. She is carrying a yellow card. Only card of the evening so far as well. And this is a position Jets do not want to be in at this stage of the game. Second minute of injury time. Aoife Horgan standing over a set piece opportunity for SD Raiders. Her goal today, which was Raiders' second, was from distance. Can she do it from the set piece? She'll choose to try and set up a cross. The shot from Bogue is straight to Butcher. Defended well by Topolitis. The pressure from Clifton on this occasion. Preston Poole trying to urge her side forward. Causes enough chaos that Crofton can pick up the ball and Jets will have a throw. Well, the linesman call for Jets. Not sure if the referee is 100% agreed, but eventually Jets do take the throw. Long ball forward from Harris. Botcher ready to claim this. The third minute of injury time. Long ball forward from Botcher. Nodded on by Kilroy. Cleared away by Neville for Raiders. Fleming. Struggling in the chaos of that middle third at the moment. Raiders do well to find some space, even if it does mean going backwards, and now they can play the forward pass. And normal time is finished. And to the side, second team going into the League One Women's Grand Final next week, we will need extra time. SD Raiders 2, Newcastle 2. SD Raiders did go into the half-time break 2-0 to the good, thanks to goals from Tayana Almeida and Aoife Horgan. It was a missed penalty by Almeida that really spurred on Newcastle Jets. And it was Mackenzie Preston Poole and Michaela Clifton that worked their way back into this. And now we will have extra time, which we will be bringing to you very shortly. Both captains have had their word with Lara Hogan before we get started for extra time of the semi-final for League One women's competition between SD Raiders and Newcastle Jets. Just want to clarify as well, Sonny Austin has come onto the field for Newcastle Jets. It's Ellie Bolton who is waiting in the wings should Stephen Hoyle call on her. Both sides having a quick word with either a manager or between themselves. Can't imagine it'll be too long before we do get restarted. These breaks are usually only a few minutes. In fact, I think Lara Hogan, our referee, is having a quick look to see how long both sides will need before we do get restarted. If you are just joining us, we are headed to extra time of the League One semi-final between SD Raiders and Newcastle Jets. SD Raiders went into half-time 2-0 to the good and looked by all accounts in control. Newcastle Jets' second half was an inspired performance. Managed to work their way back into this one through that combination of Mackenzie Preston-Poole and Michaela Clifton. The goal scorers for SD Raiders, meanwhile, Tayana Almeida with her 29th league goal of the season, her 30th in all competitions, and Aoife Horgan with a spectacular effort early in the first half as well. Both sides are making their way back onto the field. Jets will be going from right to left on your screen, SD Raiders from left to right, so the way that they were going in the second half. Waiting for either side to claim the kickoff as well. Looks like it'll be SD Raiders to get us restarted. Tayana Almeida to take the kickoff here. Between her and Aoife Horgan, there is still plenty of firepower out there for SD Raiders. Wonder if they may regret taking off Sophia Furia as well. Mind you, there is still plenty of talent for SD Raiders that can win them this game. We are underway once again for extra time in this semi-final between SD Raiders and Newcastle Jets. 2-2 in normal time. We will need extra time to separate the two sides. Well, it was an inspired start to the second half from Newcastle Jets. I wonder if they'll come with the same intensity as well. They'd be doing themselves a disservice not to. Kilroy looking to come forward now for Newcastle Jets. Do well to maintain possession. Awkward touch there from Fleming. Brought down heavily there by Erin Phelan. That ball forward was in search of Lilia Ray, who found herself almost in a striker's position. SD Raiders, a chance to maintain a bit of possession. Jessica Neville goes long. The Jets win it in the middle third. Crofton trying to urge her side forward. Turned over again. SD Raiders turn to try and push themselves forward. Bogue cuts in, gets it past Almeida. Tayana Almeida showing the footwork she's famous for. Cross comes in, it's cut away. Almeida doesn't strike that cleanly, and Fleming can clear. Another long throw from Lane Knight. Finds Almeida. Almeida does enough to get the cross in, but an easy one for Butcher to be able to collect. Preston Poole taps it past Topolitis. Topolitis up to the task on that occasion. Pentecost clears. It'll be a Jets throw. Picked up in midfield by Kilroy. The Raiders can come away with it, looking for Almeida's feet, but didn't get the angle on it that they needed. Alston. Raiders defend well, particularly Neville. A chance for Bogue to try and create some space for herself. She does so. Abigail Bogue. Two Jets defenders in chase. Forced the cut inside. Sido's pass isn't ideal, but Morgan can collect. Cross looking for Almeida, and it's an awkward clearance there from Sophie Howarth. The Raiders will have our first corner of the extra time period. Cross comes in, there's Raiders player on the ground, half-hearted shouts for a penalty. To no avail, and chance for Jets to come forward through Matilda Fleming. Fortunately unable to keep control under pressure from Fallon. And it's Raiders fans turn up the volume now. Almost a hint of a foul throw there again from Duggan. Had one called earlier. Need to be wary of those. Raiders reset. Topolitis who's moved central. Bogue well to keep possession for Raiders. Topolitis has moved into centre back, allowing Lane Knight to push further forward. Harris to Topolitis. Now Neville. Cut out well by Ray. Looking for a bounce pass with Crofton. Turns possession over. Raiders with space on the left-hand side. Trying to play Bogue in behind. Looked like that pass is going to run out. Now it's cleared away by Howarth. Going for Raiders, taken quickly. Cross comes in from deep. Looking for Almeida. Can she knock this one goalwards? Gotcha is able to watch that one go wide. Hasn't exactly been full throttle from either of these sides in extra time so far, although hasn't been conservative either. Both sides happy to feel each other out, but at the moment the opportunities do open for either side. They're happy to press for them. Cheap giveaway by Jets on the far side means Raiders get a throw. Session going back and forth in midfield, and Kilroy will look to burst forward now. Jess Neville swooping in behind. No foul, says the referee. A couple shouts of disagreements from the Jets fans that have travelled down to Norwest today. Hint of handball there as well. Stronger shouts there. Fleming, meanwhile, moving on possession. She will win a free kick for her side. Lara Hogan making sure it will be taken from the correct spot as well. Long ball forward, looking for Alston. Raiders do well to clear the danger. Looking for Mandil. Mandil cuts back, but good effort from Crofton to shut down that phase of play. Neville, another long ball forward. Cut out by Crofton. Run again by Hawken, and now Harris looking to burst forward. Pickpockets Fleming. It's a lovely ball in behind, and Raiders may now have an opportunity. The cross is just behind Almeida, however. Dugan with a bursting run forward. She will need to get back in position now, though, although her defensive partners do well to stop the Jets in their track. Fox, back to Bocher. Long ball forward. I believe Preston Poole was the intended target. It's an easy one to cut out by Raiders. Harris. Mandil off the shoulder of her marker. Falls deeper into the corner than what she would have liked and deflects out. It'll be a throw. High up the pitch for SD Raiders. Duggan will come across the take. Mandil stays short. Finds the target in Almeida. The opportunity now from Horgan. This one can't be directed goalwards. Lowry able to move the ball forward for Jets. Foul from Jessica Neville. And I believe it was Kayla Clifton. My apologies, that was Kilroy that was fouled. He's just going to have a free kick. It's taken quickly. Crofton looking for the switch of play. Didn't get the power on it that she would have liked. Raiders clear. Pressure being provided by Bogue. Ball forward cut out. Now Raiders can race forward through Horgan. Horgan shifts onto her right foot. She'll take the shot. Just couldn't quite get this one down. She's a danger from those sort of positions, Aoife Horgan. Showing she could be a danger from even further out today. Kilroy doing well to provide pressure in midfield, but it's to no avail. SD Raiders come away with it. Hogue. Around Fox. Cleared away by the Jets. Bogue will chase. Raiders win it again. High up the pitch. Still coming away with it. Pass looking to go in behind, but referee's flag goes up. Elaine Knight, who's relishing this roll higher up the pitch. Almost able to create something there for Raiders. Alston. Didn't quite read the run of Kilroy. Kilroy coming deep to receive. And Neville with time and space. Harris can turn on the ball. Go to the other centre back, being Topolaitis. Raiders come forward again. Mandil shifts flanks. Mandil comes in. Lowry clears. Mandil again. Gets herself close to the goal and she'll go herself. Lovely save there from Bocher. I believe she's claiming that the ball was already over the touchline. So that'll be another corner for SD Raiders. Floated delivery. Drop right at the centre of the 6-yard box. Almeida the target. Jets clear. Alston trying to collect the loose ball. Felon. Goes left. Raiders looking for space. It's a stacked box at the moment. Harris couldn't quite get the footing for a shot, and Clifton will look to clear. Only finds another green shirt. Knight looking to go herself from distance. Bogue now trying to create space for herself, but she'll give away the foul for a tug on Julianne Fox. Just over 2 minutes left of the first half of extra time. And if we still can't be separated, final grand final spot will be decided by penalties. Lovely long ball forward. Topolitis losing her footing a little bit. Cutback comes in for the Jets, but can't find the feet of a teammate. Potentially a bit of miscommunication there between Alston and Clifton. At Bogue now, lovely turn to push her side forward. Horgan. Harris. Almeida. Sees it back from Almeida. Awkward challenge there from the Jets as well, but puts Raiders enough off to lose the ball. They stop the clearance, but Jets will be able to restart with a goal kick. Lowry sends the ball forward, looking for Clifton. And it's an awkward one for the Jets to deal with. Horgan now with an opportunity, but smothered well by Butcher. A few Jets players there just seem to be unaware of where the ball was travelling. A bit of miscommunication between several of the girls in red. Horgan now left a little bit worse for wear as well. Well, it was a challenge from Lowry, maybe a little bit late. Trying to do enough to put Horgan off. Nothing untoward, of course. And Horgan is back on her feet. That's regulation time up for the first half of extra time. May get a few seconds added on just for that top stoppage right here. Bocce picks it up, and I can't imagine Lara Hogan's whistle is going to be far away. Potentially one last opportunity in the half for the Jets. Preston Poole nodding forward for Kilroy. Neville sweeps in behind. Preston Poole trying to pick up the loose ball, keeps it in. Throw now, and we may have a little bit of injury time to play for this period. Topolitis clears for another Jets throw. Lowry. That's a lovely over-the-top through ball, but Pentecost is well off the line. First stanza of extra time draws to a close. Second half won't be too far away. Still 2-2 as we started the extra time period. No goals yet in this stage of the match. Just a reminder, if you are just joining us, SD Raiders open the scoring through Tayana Almeida. Doubled their lead through Aoife Horgan. In the second half, it was Mackenzie Preston Poole that got Jets' night started before Michaela Clifton brought things all square. It's been back and forth since. Jets finishing that period of extra time arguably the stronger of the two. They are the ones riding momentum throughout this period of the match. Quick drink break. Swap of sides. We are ready to get underway immediately. And just a reminder, in case you do need it, should the deadlock fail to be broken, we will be going to penalties. Underway for the second half of extra time here at Valentine Sports Park. SD Raiders, the premiers for the Football New South Wales League One Women's Competition in 2026, have already sealed promotion to the NPL for the 2027 season. They have another 15 minutes to also seal a grand final berth. It'll be a second consecutive one for the club as well. Fell 1-0 to Hills United last year's edition. I'm sure they'll be looking to make amends this year. They need to get there first. Almeida unable to control with several red shirts around her in the box. Jess can clear, but Jessica Neville will pick up said clearance. There's a lot of skip past the press there, and to play Mandil in behind. Well, it's an awkward one for Jess to deal with. Bogue was in chase. Was an early game on this field as well that did go through extra time and penalties, which is why we did start a little bit later than advertised during the week of 5:45 kickoff. Neville to Almeida. Crofton, an awkward clearance, sees the ball back and she'll be able to play out of danger this time. Mackenzie Preston Poole. It's a heavy touch initially, but she manages to burst her way through. 1, 2, 3 green shirts. Does need to pass backwards though after that. Ray. Held up by Mandil. Never come away with the ball though. Larry sends it forward. Preston Poole happy to swap between the flanks in South as well. Kilroy has come over to the right hand side. That one will be a Raiders throw. Backwards to Neville. And she'll go long, looking for Almeida. Looking to flick the ball onto Horgan. Just do well to cover that danger. Still Raiders. Almeida, nice touch to bring the ball down. Look for Bogue. Jets inviting the pressure a little bit on this occasion as well. Dangerous game that one is, considering how well SD Raiders can press. Raiders still trying to fashion an opportunity. Have Jets pinned back. If they do want to settle this game before the end of extra time, they'll need to take advantage of moments like this. Knight. Headed away. Harris into the box for SD Raiders. Fleming looks to clear. Crofton does. Run out for the Raiders throw. Mandil is prepared to take it. Dugan will come across to do so. Another throw in search of Almeida, but Jets once again prepared. Ready to intercept. Cross comes in again, but looked like that was going to run for a goal kick, but you're happy not to leave it to chance. Shaping for a quick restart as well, but we'll need to go short. Fox to Lowry. Looking for Fleming in midfield. It's overhit pass, which Mandil can collect. And Dill again. Looking for Felon, but pass is too far ahead of a midfielder. This is looking like a lovely run from Alston, but the pass isn't quite there. Preston Poole gathers possession for Jets. Has option short. Go to Crofton. Holds the ball up well. Tries to flick it back the opposite way, but Raiders can clear for a throw. Stop play momentarily. Fox. Long ball for Kilroy. Cut out well. Raiders now with space in the middle third of the pitch. Almeida does a lot to bring that ball down. Back on deck exactly where Raiders want it, but that pass too much. And Fox won't leave the chance for it to run out. The pressure there from SD Raiders means Jets do get a free kick. Kilroy. Imagine this game is going to get a bit more physical as time goes on. Advantage is played. Fleming. To Ray. Cross is delivered in, and Scott can collect that one with no pressure. In fact, it looks like Alston has dropped back in the left back and allowed Ray to push further forward. Raiders now with an opportunity. There's a well-placed cross until Boccia came out and collected it well. Awkward one for the back line to deal with, but not necessarily for the Jets goalkeeper. Headed forward by Crofton. Brought down by Ray. Pickpocketed, and it'll be a Jets throw, and fortunately it looks like there is a Jets player down with, I'm guessing, cramp. Unfortunately, it's both legs being stretched as well, so just laid into the game. Played just over 110 minutes of football. It's only natural muscles may start to seize up a little bit. And it looks like the final substitution will be ready now for Newcastle Jets. Ellie Bolton will now enter the fray. I wonder if it's a forced change due to injury. Bolton enters the field, so several cheers from the travelling Jet support. It was Sophie Holworth who has had to make way due to injury. I mean, both centre backs that started the game for Jets have both been subbed off. Looks like that one will be a straight swap as well. No reshuffling required. Meantime, Raiders have a throw. Cross comes in search of Bogue. Boccia well off her line there. She needed to be. Harris does well to win the first ball. Crofton wins the second. Eventually possession falls the way of SD Raiders. Felon. Still Felon. Looks for Almeida now. Skips past one Jets defender. Doesn't skip past the second. Pass forward. Not ideal for Raiders and Jets now. Their turn to come forward. Flick pass wasn't what the away side needs right now. Pentecost will be the one to clear. Brought down by Kilroy. Not well enough though that can cause any problems for the Raiders back line. Both defenses have been really standing tall in this extra time period. Not too many clear-cut opportunities going the way of either side. Almeida. Can't get herself around Ellie Bolton. Her first meaningful contribution to the match is to shut down Tayana Almeida, and she does so well. Atmosphere starting to pick up here at Valentine Sports Park. Can this be the moment Raiders get themselves ahead? Floated delivery, looking for Almeida. And Alston can usher that out for a goal kick. Taken quickly. Back at the feet of Butcher. Bolton. Cleared forward, but Raiders can pick it up in midfield. Neville. Clifton will press. Lovely ball forward by Neville, but Ray does well to shut that one down. Ray again. Ball forward, skips past both the Jets and a Raiders player, and Kilroy will be the one to send it forward. Clifton looking to get on the end of it. It's defended well. It's a poor pass into midfield, and Crofton is going to try luck from distance. Just can't quite get the direction on it. What a way that would have been to get your side ahead at this stage of the match. Just under 3 minutes to go plus added time. Doesn't look like either side is necessarily playing for penalties, but both sides make sure they don't give an inch either. Fleming trying to find a way forward. Shot comes off for Jets, saved well by Pentecost. A couple of shouts for offside there as well. Flag stayed down in the end, but Jets weren't able to capitalise on the opportunity in the end anyway. Alston finds Kilroy. Cleared away by Neville. Throw for Jets. They ended the first half of extra time quite well. They'll be looking to do so again now. Raiders really need to get the ball forward. Cleared forward. Looking for Almeida. Bounces over both Almeida and Bolton. It's an awkward clearance from Bolton. Almeida still trying to push himself forward. Jets do enough to force the ball in the corner. Almeida under pressure. Goes down under the pressure from Fox. No foul though, it'll just be a throw. Knight. Well, the way Knight's been taking the throws today, this may as well be a corner opportunity. Doesn't find Almeida, so missed kick in the box. Heart and mouth stuff for Jets. The touch coming out isn't ideal, but it is brought back for an offside call. fact, there may have been a goal kick call. Harris sends the ball forward again for Raiders. Collected by Bocher. Sends the ball forward, just over 30 seconds left here of regulation time, and then we're at the discretion of Lara Hogan. There's a lovely ball in behind for Tayan Almeida, but the flag is up, much to the dismay of both Raiders fans and the bench alike. Jets get us restarted quickly. Long ball forward. Brought down by Kilroy. Kilroy surrounded by green shirts. Can't work under pressure, and there's a bit of push and shove, and the ref will pull it up for it. I'm not sure which way this is going to go. In fact, it's going to go the way of the Jets. I think the cards may stay in the pocket. It will just be a talking to. That is a cheap one to give away. Things are starting to get tense. And this is a golden opportunity for the Newcastle Jets. If they do manage to find a way to score here, can't imagine there's a way back for Raiders. What a comeback that would complete. Ava Crofton will deliver. It's an awkward bounce. Raiders first to the loose ball. They clear. Crofton sends it back. And it will take its time, but it does eventually go out on the near side. Raiders waste no time getting this one back into play. But it'll be too little too late. We will need penalties to decide who joins South Coast Flame in the grand final next week. 2-2 after full time, 2-2 after extra time. SD Raiders 2-0 to the good at half-time. But Mackenzie Preston Poole and Michaela Clifton ensured that this game went for an extra 30 minutes, and now it will be penalties. We've already seen one penalty this evening. Tayana Almeida had her effort saved by Ali Botier. You can imagine that's going to create some confidence for the Jets goalkeeper going into this part of the match too. We are in for we have been in for a long night here at Valentine Sports Park. Delayed kickoff with earlier games going the distance. Started 45 minutes later than originally anticipated. And we've gone through everything. The full 90, the extra 30, and now the dreaded penalty shootouts. Newcastle Jets look arguably the more relaxed of the two. Of course, it was Raiders that came in arguably as favourites. They are premiers. They are an NPL team for 2027. They are the ones that you would typically expect to have been at the big dance, and the first 45 suggested that it was heading that way. This Jets side showing today they are fearless, they are brave, and they are never out of an occasion. What a comeback this may be able to complete. However, it is a lot of pressure for their young shoulders. Can they stand up to the task? And for Raiders, meanwhile, the second half of normal time didn't go the way they would have liked to. They did their best to try and work their way back into it throughout extra time. If they do want that grand final spot next week, they are going to have to get it the hard way. Jessica Neville and Ava Crofton going through the formalities with Lara Hogan. As we watch how this is going. It looks like we will be taking penalties to the right of your screen. That is, of course, if I've read that situation correctly. Yep, all accounts, it looks like we'll be going to the right-hand side. Less space for supporters to run into against there. Although we will get the great migration you do see at this level as fans do try and find some space to take up behind that goal. Probably won't be clear to you yet on your screens. Obviously, the majority of the crowd is on the camera side here at Valentine Sports Park, but there's definitely a group of at least 20 to 30 people that are starting to make their way around. And if I have read where the relevant supporters are sitting today, I think the majority of that will be SD Raiders supporters. So a bit of pressure for Ali Berchier. Final huddle for Newcastle Jets. They have done so well to work their way back into this one. Even if things maybe don't go their way in penalties, they can definitely be proud of their effort today. For Raiders, meanwhile, they have seen this game slip from their grasp and have an opportunity to reclaim it and book their spot next week against South Coast Flame. I can imagine there'll be a few members of that South Coast Flame side watching keenly on how this plays out. SD Raiders will take the first penalty. More specifically, Sarah Mandil will take the first penalty. There's a small section of fans that have made their way to the back end. It looks like they've been told not to go further than where the box starts, and it's not just fans that have migrated that way. All our media professionals today have made their way over as well. Tanisha Morano on socials, Joshua Montoya, photographer. Sarah Mandil will get us started from the penalty shootout. The first one is slotted away well. Sends Ali Berchier the wrong way. It's an ideal start for SD Raiders. Can Natasha Pentecost step up to the task for her side? It'll be Mackenzie Preston Poole, the first one up for Newcastle Jets. A big part of the reason why the Jets are still in this game. Scored their first, assisted the second. Now, can she start Jets off well? She can't! A big save there from Natasha Pentecost. Unfortunate for the Jets youngster. A fantastic diving save. Admittedly at a good height. But she needed to be borderline full stretch to get her hands behind it. It'll be Sharina Harris now for SD Raiders. A brilliant save there from Ali Berchier. She replies instantly for second penalty save of the evening, her first in the penalty shootout. And it'll be Captain Ava Crofton now to bring things level again. Ava Crofton up for Newcastle Jets. Fourth penalty in this shootout. Jets second. Can she bring things level? She does. Pentecost goes the wrong way this time. 1-1 in the penalty shootout from 2 penalties taken so far. Now Abigail Bogue, the third player to step up for SD Raiders. Lara Hogan, referee as well, playing her part to make sure no mind games can be played between goalkeepers and penalty takers. Picking up the ball to make sure she's hand delivering it to each taker individually. Abigail Bogue. Now for SD Raiders. Butcher doing what she can to put her off. And it's saved again by Butcher. What a night she is having. With SD Raiders that started the better of the two in this penalty shootout so far, but right now, Jets have an opportunity to bring the advantage their way. Kayla Clifton, her side's top goal scorer this season, the scorer of the equaliser this evening. Now with a chance to put her side ahead in the penalty shootout. Clifton for the Jets. Straight down the middle. She celebrates, gives a little bit to the SD Raiders fans. And Jets now have the advantage. Aoife Horgan now to keep her side in it. If she misses, Newcastle are 1 penalty away from next week's grand final, a lull of the Valentine Sports Park. A well taken penalty there by Aoife Horgan. SD Raiders are alive for now. Leah Kilroy take a big step for her side. If she scores here, put an insurmountable amount of pressure on SD Raiders. Taken well, scored well, and now Tayana Almeida, who missed the penalty in regular time during this match, will step up again. A massive moment for Tayana Almeida. Pressure of Raiders on her shoulders. Gotcha, doing herself to make herself big. Can she step up for her side one last time? Almeida for SD Raiders. It's saved! And Jets have booked their spot in the Football New South Wales League One Women's Final. 3 penalty saves just in the shootout, 4 for the evening. Ali Botchie, what a night she has had this evening. Newcastle Jets have won, comeback complete. A fantastic night for the visitors. Their hot streak away from home continues, and they will travel once again when they meet South Coast Flame in the grand final. An unfortunate ending to SD Raiders season. They have been absolutely fantastic throughout the campaign. The best attack in the league, the best defense in the league. Premiers, promotion to NPL for 2027. this is not the way they envision their season ending, but take nothing away from SD Raiders. They have been absolutely fantastic throughout this season. But tonight belongs to the Newcastle Jets. Wild scenes as they celebrate, and rightfully so. The second half was absolutely fantastic from the Jets, and they've been able to work their way back into this one. The comeback is complete. It will be South Coast Flame versus Newcastle Jets in the Football New South Wales League One Women's Final. Hope you've enjoyed this thrilling encounter. My name's Cody Ojeda. I bid you all a nice, whatever rest of the weekend you have, a lovely week coming up, and hopefully tune in again for the upcoming League One Women's Grand Final, and we're sure to see you then.